Hello, welcome to Maths with Kaini. Today I'm going to do another past year paper from IGCSE examination. It's from the Add Maths paper 0606, therefore paper 2, variant 3, October, November 2019. Even though syllabus has been changed, but all this question is in the new syllabus also. So you can follow this question paper and use them. First question is on absolute value. Okay, is equal to this. Therefore, we are going to solve this equation. First thing you should know that this is a positive number. Therefore, this number should here be positive. Therefore, x plus 4 should be more than or equal to 0. Therefore, x should be more than or equal to negative 4. That means if any answer is not more than negative 4, is not accepted. Now, if the absolute value is equal to this, there are two cases. Either 3x plus 2 is equal to x plus 4, or 3x plus 2 is equal to negative of x plus 4. Therefore, you can solve both this linear equation and get the answer for the x. Now here, for this, I'm taking all the x unknowns, x in one side of the equation, the known in the other side of the equation. Therefore, 3x, this x comes this side will be negative x, is equal to 4, 2 goes that side will be negative 2. 3x minus x is 2x, is equal to 2, therefore x will be equal to 2 over 2, which is x equal to 1. So one of the solution is x equal to 1, which is more than negative 4, so this is accepted. Another equation is 3x plus 2 is equal to minus x minus 4. This comes this side, therefore will be positive, therefore 3x plus x. This goes that side will be negative minus 4 minus 2. So we are taking 4x equal to minus 6, therefore x is equal to minus 6 divided by 4, which you can write it 3 over 2 or different negative 3 over 2 or negative 1.5. Therefore, whatever you like. Therefore, this is another solution which is again more than this. So this one is also accepted. Therefore, this equation has got two answers. One answer is equal to 1 and the answer is equal to negative 1. Okay. Now we are doing question number 2. This is a trigonometric question. It is an identity. You want to prove that this is equal to this for all values of x. So we should know that what mean by cosec. Cosec means cosec x means 1 over sine x. Cotan x means 1 over tan. Therefore, it will be cos x over sine x. Remember this, and so that we can use this. Now, I will change all of this. So I'm getting 1 over sine x minus cos x over sine x divided by 1 minus cos x. Now, here denominators are same, so we can write one denominator. So this is sine x 1 minus cos x divided by 1 minus cos x. Okay, this is one fraction over another fraction. If you are giving a denominator 1 here, you know that if you have a over b divided by c over d, the answer is a over b times d over c. So then here, therefore, this will be 1 minus cos x divided by sine x times 1 over 1 minus cos x. So this will cancel this. So the answer is 1 over sine x, which is cos x. Cosec x. Therefore, we have proved this is equal to this. Now we are going for the second part of this equation. The second part is asking us to solve this equation, and x should be between 0 and 180. That means the first quadrant and second quadrant. Okay, now look at this. Already in the first part we have shown that this is equal to cosec. Therefore, this is cosec of x equal to 2. That means 1 over sine x is equal to 2. That means, actually you can say the denominator here is 1, flip both sides, we can say sine x is equal to 1 over 2. Or you can cross multiply and solve for sine x. It doesn't matter, and your sine x is equal to 1 over 2. So after getting this, x will be equal to sine inverse of 1 over 2. If you are putting this in your calculator, x will be equal to 30 degrees. Now, this solution is in first quadrant. We know that sine is positive in second quadrant also. Therefore, another answer, x is equal to 180 minus 30, which is 150. Therefore, two answers. This is in the second quadrant, this is in the first quadrant. Remember, when you are having sine equal to any number, one answer is, if it's positive, one answer is the first quadrant, another answer is the second quadrant. Therefore, you are having two answers for this equation. Okay, now we are going to start the third question of this question paper. It says that the first four terms in the expansion of this expression are this. 232x, 210x squared, 3x cubed. They are saying a and b and c are integers, so they are asking us to show that this is equal to 0 and hence find the value of a, b and c. Okay, now the expansion of this 2 plus bx is nothing there to expand, therefore we write 2 plus bx, and later on we'll think about this, what to do with this. And first, this is to the power of 5, we know that how to expand this. If you don't know this, at the beginning of your question paper, the formula has been given. You know that if a plus b is to the power of 5, will be a to the power of 5 plus 5 times b to the power of, a to the power of 4b plus 10 times of a to the power of 3b squared, and then it is again 10 times of a squared b cubed, and it's going on. And you know that how to calculate all of this. This is 5c, this is 5c1, and here is 5c2, and this is 5c3. If you know all these things, and you know that also a here is 1, therefore 1 to any power is 1, therefore this answer is 1, here is 1, here is 1, here is 1, therefore our situation changes to this. So this is 1 to the power of 5, which is 1, plus 5 times of ax, plus 10 times of ax squared. Make sure this is the bracket, that means a and x both should be a square, and then again ax power of 3, and it goes on. We don't care about the remaining because he's asking us to write the 4 term. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 is enough. Now, I'm going to expand, therefore this should be multiplied by everything here, and this also multiplied by everything here. Now, if I multiply this, I'm going to get 2 plus 10 ax, I'm multiplying this 2. And then here I'm going to get 20 a squared x squared, I don't use the bracket anymore. Then again 20 a cube x cube. Okay, then I am going to expand this one here, b, this will be plus bx plus 5 times of a b x squared. See, this multiplied by this. 5 times of a b x squared. Here you have 10a squared b x squared times x cubed. Therefore, you are going to get 10a squared b x cubed Now, if I multiply this by this, I have done. Now, if I multiply this by this x cube I have here multiplied by x, I'm going to get x to the power of 4, which we don't need anymore because we want only till x cube. See, here we have got only till x cube. Therefore, we don't need to find x to the power of 4. Therefore, the remainings are there. Therefore, now we have these two. Now, let us see. here this is x, and here also is x, therefore they are similar terms. You can say they are 10a plus b times x. Now let us see what are x squared. X squared you have got here x squared, this is x cubed, this is also x squared. Therefore you have 20a squared plus 5ab x squared. Now if I denote this by circle, this one and this one is x cubed. Therefore you can factorize this cube from there. You are going to get 20a cubed plus 10a squared b x cubed. Now you want to say these and these are equivalent. If they are equivalent, these two are exactly the same. Therefore this number here should be 32. And this number here should be 210. And this number here should be C. Now we have another unknown here, C, which later on we have to use it. Therefore for time being, I will not write this. Only I have these two equations with two unknowns which I want to solve them. Therefore 10a plus b is equal to 32. And from here I can say b is equal to 32 minus 10a. Therefore I have one equation here. And another equation which I have, you know that 20a squared plus 5ab is equal to, this is coefficient of x to the power of 2, x squared. Therefore the coefficient of x squared is 210. Therefore this should be 210. Therefore this should be equal to 210. Now I want to prove this equation. This equation you have got a squared and it's a constant number. There is no b in this equation. Therefore the b I know in terms of a is this much. Therefore I will substitute this b here, so there won't be any b. Then I will simplify this. I have to get this. Now let us see. 20a squared plus 5a times 32 minus 10a is equal to 210. Now if I expand this, I'm going to get 20a squared plus 168 minus 50 minus 50a squared is equal to 210. Now if this, I can simplify this with this, which I'm going to get minus 30a squared is equal to 210. And this 160 is there. I will take everything that side. I will write this here. If I take this side, I'm going to get 30a squared, because it is positive goes that side, this will go that side, will be negative, minus 160a plus 210 equal to 0. Now you can see that I can divide everything by 10. I'm going to get 3a squared minus 16a plus 21 equal to 0. Therefore, I proved the first part of the question he is asking us to do. Now, this I can factorize. Let's see how we can factorize it. This is 3a and this is a here. Now, this is negative, this is positive. Both of them should be negative. Now, this 21 is only multiple of 3 and 7. So one of them should be 3, one of them should be 7. Let us try this. If this is 7, this is 3, you are getting 9 here, 7 here, 9 and 7 add, you are getting 16. Therefore, this is the factorization of this. Anyhow, if you don't want to factorize, you can use the formula minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac, the square root of that divided by 2a, the usual formula which you know, or you can use your calculator to get the answer. Anyhow, 3a minus 7 equal to 0, you are going to get a is equal to 7 over 3, which is not accepted because it says that they are integers. Therefore, we don't want this answer. Now we know that a minus 3 is equal to 0, therefore a is equal to 3. Therefore, one answer is a is equal to 3. We got the answer, therefore one of them we know that. The other one, and the other unknown, I will write it here. We know that b is equal to 32 minus 10a. And already we have calculated a is 3, therefore this is b is equal to 32 minus 10 times 3, which is 30, therefore b is equal to 2. We got the value of b also. If you remember, we discussed about c before. We know that the coefficient of x to the power of 3 is this, and this is equal to c. Therefore, the value of c is equal to 20 a cubed plus 10 a squared b. So now you know value of a and b, just you can substitute, get the value. You know that this is 20 times 3 to the power of 2 is 27 plus 10 times 9 times 2. The value of c will be, I've calculated, the value of c is 260. Therefore, we got a, b, and c. Okay, now we are doing question number 4. Question number 4 is on function. Given that y is equal to so and so, write the y in this format. There are two ways to do that. One is writing this in this form, another one is writing this in this form. I think this one is easier for you people to do. If a is here, x minus b squared means what? X minus b times x minus b plus c. Just expand this, you are getting a, x squared minus bx plus b squared plus c. Now these are similar terms. This is minus 2bx. I will expand this also. For ax squared minus 2abx plus ab squared plus c. Therefore, y is equal to this. If I expand this, I have to get this one. Now compare the coefficient. Now you know that a x squared and 2x squared, therefore a is equal to 2. Now minus 2ab should be negative 4, therefore minus 2ab is equal to negative 4. This should be this. The coefficient of x should be same. Therefore a we know is 2, therefore 2 times 2 is minus 4, b is equal to minus 4, therefore b is equal to 1. Now here we know that a, this is a constant number, should be negative 7 here. Okay, therefore ab squared plus c should be negative 7. Therefore now a is how much? A is 2, b squared is 1, plus c is equal to negative 7, therefore c is equal to negative 9. Therefore now your function became y equal to a is how much? A is 2 bracket x minus b minus 1 squared, c is minus 9. Therefore this is the function. Therefore we could write in this format. Okay, now they are asking us, hence, that is, use this new format, write down the minimum value of y and the value of x at which it occurs. Now, if you have y is equal to this, you know anything to power of 2 is more than or equal to 0. Therefore, the minimum value of this is 0, so the minimum value of the function will be negative 1. Now, when this occurs, whenever x minus 1 is 0, so this is 0, so that this will be minimum value. So, if you want to find the minimum value, you have to put x minus 1 equal to 0, so x is 1, and when x is 1, that means this is 0, y is negative 9. Y is equal to negative 9. Therefore, this is the minimum value of y, and this is the value of x. Therefore, this is the minimum point, 1 and negative 9. Okay, now we are going to do the third part of the question number 3. Here there is something, if you understand, it will help you in solving this equation. You know, what's the relation between p and the square root of p? If you have p and the square root of p, you should understand that p is actually, we can write it this to the power of 2. Okay, now we are going to solve this equation. You know that this, I want to show that what's the relation between this equation and the equation which we had in part 1. You see, in part 1 it said 2x squared minus 4x minus 7 equal to 0. You see, I told you this is the square of this is exactly here. That means if you put, let a square root of the square root of p is equal to x, then p will be equal to x squared. Therefore, these two equations are actually same in this sense. Now, let us solve this equation. But we have already proven that this is 2 times of x minus 1 squared minus 9 equal to 0. We have proved this y is equal to this. Therefore, now we have proven that this is equal to this. Therefore, we can solve this equation. So this x minus 1 squared is equal to 9 over 2. Therefore, x minus 1 is equal to plus or minus a square root of 9 over 2, which is actually x is equal to minus 1 plus or minus, this is actually 3 divided by a square root of 2. Now what is x? X is a square root of p. Therefore, a square root of p is equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of 3 divided by 2. But a square root of p cannot be negative, therefore the minus 1 is not accepted, therefore square root of p is equal to minus 1 plus the square root of 3 divided by 2, which you can put in the calculator and get the answer for this, which is 3.12. 3.12. If you want p, you need to square this, therefore the answer p will be equal to 9.74. It's the value of p. Now if you do the negative one, which is not actually, therefore that means the square root of p equal to, sorry I did a mistake here, therefore this goes that side is positive. Therefore this goes that side is positive, this is positive, therefore this answer is correct because I got it from there. Therefore this will be actually 1 minus the square root of 3 divided by 2. Then in that case the answer will be how much? X will be, that means the square root of p is equal to negative 1.12, which is not accepted, but p will be equal to the square of this, which is 1.26.